My name is Akilmi Oshinkoya. I'm a visual artist. Okay, so in 2013 or thereabout, I started doing photography. I started doing photography professionally. I started before then, but I started doing photography professionally, and I needed to, sort of expand my horizons and move to the next level. So I decided to go to film school at the New York Film Academy in 2014. And after my program there, that was pretty much the start of my whole, film career and all of that. It was challenging actually, because although it wasn't the first time I actually filmed before, but that was as a school project, and it was sort of easier because I had access to equipment. I didn't have to, technically I paid for it for my tuition, but I had access to all those things. But then this one was challenging because I had to raise the funds myself, had to put the crew together myself. Because it was like my first film in Nigeria, I had to, be the producer as well as the director, and I also acted in the film. So it was challenging because, I was doing I had multiple roles, and at the same time I was trying to create a good product. So it was very challenging. This is my second. Okay, so the first one was titled Greater Sin, and that was about a priest breaking the secrecy of confession to prevent someone from being framed. That was a school project. It's not really tuned to the Nigerian audience, but that's that. And then this one is My Week with Caroline. Basically, it's a love story about a teenager who spends 1 week with a new girl at his school, and that pushes him to pursue a life of happiness over what his parents want him to pursue. So that's pretty much it. They're both dramas and very, emotionally intriguing. So far, I've only done scripts that I wrote myself, but I believe that if I'm taking a script from someone, it has to be something that I'm interested in, and basically it's going to push me to the next level or challenge me. If it's something that, first of all, I have to be interested in it, obviously, but then if it's not something that challenges me or, sort of like takes me from the level I am to the next one, then I don't really see the point in, hanging back. That's tricky because you sort of have to whet their egos. You can't go all out on an actor and then at the end of the day ruin your production. So I mean, it's difficult, but for the most part, I'll try to work with them as much as possible. But if it gets to the point where I see that it absolutely cannot work, then that's when I'm going to lose it. But I think somehow you have to try to find the balance, because as the leader of the set, you just have to find a way to make everything work out. It's wonderful. I think the easiest way to understand directing is to actually be in the shoes of an actor yourself. Besides, the creative journey that comes with, the choices you make. A lot of people don't know how to direct actors. You have a lot of people asking, instead of motivating the emotion, they're sort of just giving that, telling them do this, do that, but you have to motivate it. But being an actor, you sort of understand how it is and how you want a director to speak to you. So that helps, when you're communicating with an actor. Even in film school, we all had to take acting classes because that makes you a better director. So I think it's fantastic. Okay, the film I'm screening at Afriff is My Week with Caroline. That's the title of the film, My Week with Caroline. What's the future like for me? I think the future is just greatness. That's all I can say. I just want to be one of those filmmakers that people actually see and be like, oh, this guy is very different from the rest of them. And every work I put out, I want it to be something that, really touches people.
My name is Tony Abulu, and I'm a film producer, filmmaker, and executive producer of films. If you have the talent, it's talent now. It's not anything sealed in stone. It's talent. Because if you don't have the talent as an actor, you want to direct other actors. Because that's what you're doing. You're directing actors. You're telling them what to do. Oh, yeah, boy, cry. Oh boy, why I go cry? The guy never do anything now. He doesn't make a cry. You understand? You have to be able to convince the actor why he has to cry. He said the script says you should cry, but I don't feel like crying. So you have to be a good director. You have to know what to say to that actor in the ear. Oh boy, can you go back to when your mama just died? Your mama don't die. Yes. Why are you talking about my mother? You purposely annoy the actor. His eye become red. Then you tell him something, he starts to cry. So the crying is weak. It takes talent for a director. So people don't know, everybody just say a director, I can make it. No, you're the one directing the show. You're the one telling the story. It's the way you direct the actors that they will portray the story. So that at the end of the day, when they're watching the film on screen, well, you can't film with that one now. You know, they're all around the place. But if you're a good director, people can feel the story, they can follow you with the story. So if you have the talent, go try them now. I mean, well, it's very difficult for me to make Nigerian films because Nigerian films now are comedy driven. It's not just comedy, it's slapstick comedy. Very elementary, very basic stories. Those are the movies that sell in Nigerian cinema now. And there's no other way of making money in Nigeria except cinema. So if you go make a movie and it's too serious, nobody's going to watch it. You're not going to make a dime. So I don't make slapstick comedies. It's not that I don't know how to do it. I've done it, but I don't make I make very seriously. My next film is called Afterlife. What happens when you are dead? Do you know what happens when you are dead? You soon tell me the Bible said chapter 2 verse 1. I've been to what happened. I've been there. What happens when you die? So that story is not the Nigerian story. Nigerians go fear. Nigerians get very scared. And it's the way their religion is now. Their religion has made them to be very scared about the simplest thing. They get scared. When I did Dr. Bello, Nigerian doctors and Nigerian Institute of Pharmacology, they were boycotting it because they said it's not in the Bible that man should communicate with plants. So the Bible, isn't it written by somebody? It's written by many authors now. Oh, because I wasn't there then, they would have put my own thing there too. You understand? So we don't understand. We're very, how would I say? I think we're very mundane and very elementary. We don't think deep. You understand? So to make a deep story, luckily I live abroad. I can make a movie that the whole world will watch and say, man, oh man. So when you die, not say that automatically you go heaven or you go hell. There's a process. So that's the movie I'm making.